Detroit fight fans, the following matchup is scheduled for 8 rounds in the heavyweight division. Being brought to you tonight by Salida Promotions, M Select Luxury Water, Tough Shed, and 313 presents. The 3 judges for this matchup are Vincent Santino, Patrick Schmidt, and Gerard White. And your referee for this matchup is Ansel Stewart. Now introducing your fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red and black trunks, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 258 pounds. He comes to the ring with a record of 12 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, with 3 of those big victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Saginaw, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Robert Sizzle Sims. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks trimmed in black, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, he weighed in at 278.2 pounds. He comes to the ring undefeated with a record of 8 wins, no losses, and no draws, with 6 of those big victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, here is the Pryce is Right Taylor. Referee Ansel Stewart with final fight instruction.
Okay, gentlemen. You receive your instruction. You're going to have a good, clean, professional fight. Protect yourself at all times. Let's go.
Well, once Robert Sims took the sunglasses and hat off, he does not look as confident anymore. Almost looks dazed and confused. There's that look.
Yep. You know, in Spanish we have the saying, one thing is to know the tiger, another thing is to watch him come at you.
And there's the tiger, Pryce Taylor. A lot of hype around this 28-year-old. Let's see how this thing goes. Sims promises to use his footwork and speed to fight off the bigger, stronger, longer Pryce Taylor. Todd Grisham, Sergio Mora, Claudia Trejos here ringside. And Sergio, how many rounds do you think Sims is going to be able to hang in there with Taylor?
Well, he's a tricky fighter. I mean, he doesn't look like he's in great shape, but he has pretty good feet. I mean, he's a tricky fighter. He's never been stopped. Light on his feet. He uses the entire ring as well. So I expect him to go some rounds. Even though Taylor does have a big power, big right hand, I expect him to go a couple of rounds. But I also expect, in the words of Chris Mannix, a slobber knocker between these guys.
Oh.
How about this? Sims is trying to throw heat right now with Taylor, who's got that look on his face like he's more perturbed than anything.
That's not a state you want to be in right now.
I know.
But look at Sims is fighting on his heels. And you got to remember, this man has been boxing since he was 23 years old. So he's been around for a long time. Long amateur career.
Good body shot there by Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor's giving him all.
Heavy right hand.
Sims is tricky puncher, but those body shots right there, that's gonna take it away from Sims quick. They're landing too cleanly, the elbows are out.
Again, Sims has never been stopped.
And this is the 4th undefeated opponent that Sims faces, so he knows fighters like this.
Those are heavy shots downstairs, and you would think that Sims ain't feeling them because there's a lot to absorb back there, but those body shots take it out of you.
And the only thing Taylor really needs to be careful of is overexerting himself, trying to get the knockout early, and then tiring out and letting Sims come strong late.
Ooh, nice overhand shot there by Sims. Taylor fights really relaxed. You know, normally when you fight that relaxed, you can, one, take a punch better like he did right there, but also you can also fight into the later rounds because you're not exerting so much energy, especially nervous energy.
I want to keep an eye on that left. That left hook is going into Sims' rib cage.
Sims has got some skills, actually.
I said it in the beginning. He's tricky. You know, aside from being a guy that's never been stopped, he's a tricky fighter. He doesn't look like he's in shape. He doesn't look like the strongest, but he can fight.
Don't be deceived by the looks.
And he has light feet for being such a big guy.
He just felt that one.
He's landed some punches. They just don't have anything behind him. He only has 3 knockouts in his 12 wins.
Deep breath, relax, breathe. Listen, he's a little smaller than you, all right? So shorten up on the punches and start stabbing him. Short jab, ba. Tighten up your right hand so you don't get hit with the whole stupid hook. You understand what I'm saying? Put your punches together when you're inside. Uppercut hook, right hand hook, boom, boom. And start stepping around them. How you feel? All right. Good round. Just double up on the jab and put your face together, all right? Deep breath. Deep. I want deep.
And there's those body shots touching him downstairs, coming around the guard. Even though Sims has his gloves up, Taylor's going around and finding an opening. Those shots are bound to wear you down if you keep just gloving up like that and coming around.
Pryce Taylor, a former college basketball player, took up boxing at age 20 after being introduced by members of the Cops and Kids Boxing Club in Brooklyn. What a great organization that is in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was part of a police athletics league as well.
The PAL system. Yeah, I remember you.
Sergio, getting arrested does not mean you're part of a police.
Believe it or not, it did help. You know, it gives kids an outlet, man. So, yeah, boxing was one of them.
Keeps you out of the streets, keeps you out of trouble. Yes, a lot of talent has come out of the PAL system.
I'd like to see Sims throw jabs down to the torso area of Taylor, because Taylor has no respect for Sims right now. He has his hands down, and you can see the whole square of the chest, and the body is open, and I think Sims should take advantage of that.
Well, I said it earlier, Sergio, that Pryce Taylor says his defense is his offense. He's not worried about what's coming back.
You mean his offense is his defense?
Yes, sorry.
we got you, Todd.
Okay.
But you can see he's right in front of Sims. Like you said, Todd, there's absolutely no respect for whatever Sims has to dish out. But I'd like to see more activity from both.
Good shot. Nice heavy right hand by Taylor. That's his best punch. That right hand. He's an excellent body puncher as well, Pryce Taylor. There you go. See that? Going downstairs. That's going to open up the lane for that right hand. A straight right hand. Not a chopping one he's doing right now. No hooks. Has to be a straight shot down the line.
Remember Mike Tyson's punch out King Hippo? Remember he
had a little Band-Aid on his belly button.
You had to hit him just in the right spot. Hey, I tell you what, Sims is landing punches.
Yes, he is.
He's sticking to 1-2.
He can fight. I mean, Sims doesn't look like a professional athlete body-wise, but the man can fight.
Yeah, the CompuBox numbers will probably actually be pretty competitive. But when you look at the action live, it's not competitive at all. I mean, look.
See, there's that jab that I'm talking about that Sims should do more of. Just aim at the breadbasket, aim at that center, that bullseye. You're giving a square target. Pryce Taylor's opening up that shot, leaving you that target. Take advantage of it.
I see very little structure on Taylor. I wish he was a little bit more structured behind that jab. Make it a little faster. But he's even surprised that his career has gone so fast. It's a very fast ascent. I just don't want him to go so fast that he's going to crash and burn.
This is his second fight in 50 days and his fourth appearance of 2025.
That's good. Hey, that's a better round. The boy, he's getting tired and tired every round. He threw a lot of punches that first round, Rob. He threw himself out. He thought he had you out, but you didn't go nowhere. So now it's your time to go after him. Okay? Listen. The jab is catching him every time. I don't care if you're not hurting him with the jab. Just keep hitting him. Just keep hitting him and getting your points, okay? And then set him up for that right hand. It's not gonna be a effective jab, but as long as you touching him and setting him up, okay? Because it's there all day long. He's walking right into it and then throw that right hand behind him. Okay. Back on the jab.
All right, round 3. As Pryce Taylor, the unbeaten 28-year-old heavyweight, is dealing with Robert Sims, who is tougher than he looks. Pryce Taylor can pick up some bad habits in a fight like this.
Yeah, he can. And that's what happens when you have an opponent in front of you like that, where you're not really worried about what's coming back. You know, it's easy to hit a fighter like Sims. You know, even though he's right in front of you, he's coming back with counters.
Yeah, but look at that. Now he's just...
See, right there, Pryce Taylor is opening up his rib cage. Sims should just dig away at the body. Right there. Open punching back. Dig both sides if you're Sims, and he's not doing anything.
No.
Taylor trying to get the crowd involved, but they'll really get fired up if he can land some more of those headshots and be the first man to knock Sims out.
Yeah, Pryce Taylor has zero respect for Robert Sims right now.
For his boxing or as a person, you know, just showboating him like that. Is it really necessary, though? I mean, fans did come to watch fights.
Well, we've already got over 10,000 in the building, it looks like. Expecting over 15,000 here in Detroit. Good uppercut there from Sims, who says, I loved watching James Toney fight as a heavyweight. He was never the strongest or the most powerful, but he found ways to win.
And the great James Toney was also soft around the belly and he could still fight.
Well, not making excuses for James Toney, but he had to put weight on to become a heavyweight, so he wasn't going to be rock solid.
But he could fight, regardless. I mean, and he did throw hands. This is the one thing that I've been waiting for the tempo to increase.
Taylor turning southpaw now. And a nice straight left hand on Sims, but you can see that the power, Sims is not respecting the power of Taylor. Taylor does have some pop behind that right hand.
And remember, Taylor has never been scheduled for an 8-rounder before, so in the back of his mind, he might be thinking, you know, I don't want to overexert myself here as the crowd's starting to boo.
Because of lack of action, and then that showboating just, that doesn't do anything for the fight fans.
He's good friends with Big Baby Miller, who also lives in the Brooklyn area.
That's his brother. They train together. Even when we asked him, listen, what about an opportunity against Baby Miller? Oh, he jumped out of that seat like it was going out of style. Like, no. Did that ever happen to you, Sergio, that you had to fight a friend?
No.
That's because you don't have any friends.
No, because all my friends went to school. They don't want to go to the boxing gym.
And there's the arrival earlier of Claressa Shields with her beau, Papoose. And again, Claressa shows up dressed to the nines, but when she makes the walk, no makeup on, no eyelashes. She says, I am from the streets, and I'm here to not look pretty. I'm here to beat you up.
I'm highly and very happily surprised by the amount of work she's put in, not just as a fighter doing, you know, the camp, but to promote the fight itself. She's been on every single radio station, TV, everything. Look at this. We're close to being packed, completely full. All the way to the top, nosebleed section. And that's what Claressa has done all week. So, you know, chapeau. My hat's off to her.
Round 4 scheduled for 8. As Pryce Taylor is trying to figure a way to get Robert Sims out of here. Not as easy as he thought it would be.
he's making it harder on himself by not using the jab. I mean, he needs to use his advantages. He's 5 inches taller. He has longer reach. He's more athletic. He's a harder puncher. But it seems like he's fighting Robert Sims' fight, fighting smaller to his competition. See right there, he should just be popping him with that jab, straight right hands. And of course, body shots like that, doubling up those body shots.
Well, Sims can take a punch. His career has been marred by injuries. Claudia mentioned it earlier. He's had lengthy layoffs, broken leg, torn meniscus, the global pandemic. He's been out of the ring for 20 months. The last time he fought was a win over Brandon Moore in November of 2023.
Yeah, Sims had mentioned that he was still very good with speed, that despite his layoff, he had good footwork and good speed and good power. I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah, neither am I. And the longer this fight goes, the worse it's going to look for Pryce Taylor. I mean, he has an opponent in front of him who's not in the best of shape. He's not the fastest. He falls off balance. Instead of playing to the crowd, he should just take this guy out of here and not play with his food.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what it looks like. And just standing in front of him without throwing punches doesn't do anything for the crowd.
And again, Sims is landing shots. He's from Saginaw, Michigan. He could get the crowd behind him if he could. Oh, just ate a left there, though. And this is what you want to see from Taylor. Combinations that start and finish in the body.
I would love to see those double shots to the body. Sims doesn't like those punches, and you could tell that he was holding on, but start doubling up downstairs.
Well, he did say that he didn't like to deal with punishment. And that's why he wanted to be first, fast, and strong, but he has yet to be first. I don't see him that fast, and I don't see much behind every punch he lands.
And not only can you pick up bad habits in a fight like this, but it's a kind of fight that can lower your stock a little, Sergio.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The longer this fight goes, the worse it's looking for Pryce. I'm sorry, for Taylor. Ooh, big shot there by Pryce Taylor.
And that was because Sims is taking more risks. Well, we're headed back to Orlando, Florida, August 23rd, as Puerto Rican contender Yanquiel Rivera is set to face Venezuela's Angelino Cordova as the pair of unbeaten flyweights vie for the interim WBA title.
Give me another one like that. Real deep. Do it again. Keep inhaling and exhaling like that. Listen, he's
nice chopping right hand. See right there? That's what you got to do whenever someone's clinching. You got to punch with your free hand. And those are the body shots that are taking it out of Sims. You can see him finally taking a step back, opening up the looping shots over the top. But the better technique works. And Taylor with a shorter, tight left hook, catching Sims.
Let's go.
Well, Pryce Taylor seems to be having fun either way, dancing in and out of the rounds.
There you go, nice stabbing jab down there.
You know, he reminds me a little bit about you, Sergio. I remember back in the day when you were doing The Contender, when you wrote and you talked about music. This is pretty much his style too. That's what Pryce Taylor does.
I would like to see more combinations, though.
Yes, me too.
More combinations, you know. I mean, you have an opponent in front of you that's giving you an opportunity to shine, to land everything.
I'm going to just say it flat out. I don't think he's taking Sims seriously, and it's not looking good on him either. Look at that. I just don't think he's taking his opponent serious.
He's doing these no-look shots. He's trying to...
Really?
He is what he is.
True.
And this is what Pryce Taylor likes to do. Showboat, dance, have fun. But not necessarily get a knockout in this case.
Pryce Taylor's not even looking at Sims at all. He's looking at the crowd and punching. Sims should just take advantage of that, wing away.
As a fighter, what is your take on that attitude?
I don't like it, but you know, that's a confidence thing.
There's a fine line between being confident and being assertive, and then just not taking it seriously. Because there's people here that came to watch fights.
Well, I think Pryce is mistaken that the crowd enjoys this when they'd really just love to see him knock this guy out. That's what would really get them cheering, not no-look punching and dancing.
I agree, and that's the reason you hear, you know, the crowd turning on him, booing.
There you go. That's the reaction you're going to get from a crowd that came here to support the local talent, and you're not giving them a fight.
No, especially when you have someone in front of you that you can actually shine against. You can actually try to take him out of there, but he's not doing that, or he's not even attempting to try to push this man back, trying to take Sims out.
We're in round 5, scheduled for 8. Pryce Taylor did not expect it to even go this far.
Oh.
Well, that right hand may have wobbled Sims a little bit as we make it to the end of the round. Coming up next, it is our co-main event, and it features Michigan's own Tony Harrison. Sergio, he's been out for the last 2 years. The last time we saw him was that tough knockout loss to Tim Tszyu. What do you think we're going to see from him tonight?
I think he's going to be replenished, refreshed, and he's still young. You know, the thing about Harrison, he's a former champion. He's only lost against the best. With a solid win, you know, get some comeback fights. I think he still has a little bit left in his career and a lot to prove.
That fight is next as he takes on Edward Diaz.
You can see right there, more showboating by Pryce Taylor, but not trying to take out Sims at all. You know, he's just trying to play for the crowd, but the crowd's turning on him. They're not enjoying this.
I'm still wondering, what am I watching? This is just...
Go ahead.
This is nothing. I mean...
Well, let's see if he bites down on the mouthpiece here. He had some success at the end of round 5, did Pryce Taylor, as Sims looked rocked.
Is he able to finish what he started? Now, the question begs, if this is what happens with a man who's 41 years old, that's been out of the ring for over a year, what can we expect as he progresses and, you know, faces opponents of higher caliber? What's going to happen to him?
Well, if he's struggling right now with Robert Sims, or not struggling, but he's not really, you know, stepping on the gas. He's not trying to take him out. Then, you know, younger, fresher, better opponents are going to take advantage of that.
But I've asked you this as a fighter. You don't get paid for rounds. You want to have a short day at the office, and this is a perfect opportunity for him to have a very short day, and he's not taking advantage of that.
Right, Pryce Taylor's playing to the crowd right now, thinking that he's being a showman, but the fans are not enjoying this.
And this is the biggest crowd by far he's ever fought in front of and may ever fight in front of. So this is the time to shine if you're Pryce Taylor. But let's give some credit to Robert Sims.
Yes.
I mean, he is making this more difficult than it looks, for sure.
He's definitely game. You can see the knee brace, you know, where he had the whole patella surgery. So this is a man that's walking in with will.
There's some people chanting, knock him out, and Pryce Taylor looked at him and said, I'm trying. So I think maybe, Sergio, some of the, whoa, nice effort here from Sims, but that leaves him open. I was going to say, some of the showboating might be a defense mechanism, Sergio, because he can't land the heavy shot, so try and do something else to get the crowd behind you.
No, I think he was just biding his time, getting a little lazy, but now he's stepping on it and really letting some clean shots. Finally, we see Sims a little wobble and hurt.
Well, Sims has been a punching bag at times, but you know that heavy bag never loses fights in the gym, does it, Sergio?
No, it does not. You keep punching until you break your hand, but I haven't really seen Sims get that hurt, really. You know, I've seen him get fatigued, he backs up, he stops punching, but I haven't seen him really hurt. So
No.
I gotta question whether Pryce Taylor's punches are having any effect, if the power's real, or if Sims could really take a shot upstairs and downstairs.
Well, no one has stopped Robert Sims in his 17 pro bouts to this date. And again, Pryce Taylor looking over at his fan base here behind us.
I'm not exactly sure I understand what he's expecting of Sims. He's using his head movement. Is it low? Is he just like crouching? Yes, but do something. Avoid it. Don't let him do that. Stay behind the jab. Throw more punches. I'm just saying.
Calm down. Listen, bro. Do your combination.
I'm in there.
Listen.
Let's work. Go hit him on top of the head. I know he has his head down. Yeah, I trying too hard.
Listen, all I'm telling you is put your combinations together. You got to get this dude out of here.
Just missing, coming up short of Sims, foul balance, and look, Taylor took advantage of that. Good shot. Those shots right there normally hurt opponents down to a knee because they caught him on the tempo and off guard. But credit to Sims for taking a punch, being in this fight, and still taking the fight to Taylor. You know, this is actually showing more on Robert Sims' part, you know, his resilience and the fact that he doesn't look like he's in shape coming forward, than Pryce Taylor's supposed to put on a show as the undefeated puncher here.
Robert Sims very slow off that stool as we enter the 7th round here, scheduled for 8. This is a round that Pryce Taylor's never seen before.
I didn't see much urgency in the corner either, so hopefully I'm looking forward to having a chat with that corner to see if they're going to make any adjustments or if somebody's going to just tell Taylor that he's got to put some, you know, chutzpah behind him.
Now fighting as a southpaw. He just doesn't look comfortable as a southpaw, does he, Sergio?
Nah, he's not really throwing nothing behind it. He just wants to give a different look to Sims. So he doesn't have to. You know, everything's been landing when he actually punches with authority. You know, when Taylor decides to unleash that right hand, it lands, and it lands with fury, but it's just too much showboating and just lethargic. He's not sharp in there.
He loves that no-look punch, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
Roy Jones used to do that.
I don't think the fans are really appreciating or enjoying it. It's quiet in here.
All right, let's check in with Claudia, who's in the corner, Pryce Taylor.
Thank you, Todd. Yes, Coach. What's going on? We seems that he's more interested in showboating than boxing.
Well, he's comfortable. He knows he's in there with a durable opponent. No matter with what you hit him, he's going to make sure that he lasts all 8 rounds. But I think he's having fun. He's controlling everything. Yeah, he's showboating a little, but that's just his character. That's Pryce Taylor. The price is right.
What about the booing? Do you think that's affecting him at all?
Not at all. He actually loves it. He likes when people boo him, so he actually looking forward to that.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Todd.
The price is right.
I'm not a fan. Right now, it's the fans paying the price because they're not enjoying this.
I don't like. He welcomes the fans booing him. You want to be booed because you're so good and you're in someone's hometown. Maybe you get booed that way, not because you're boring them and your effort is lacking. I don't think those are the kind of boos anybody wants.
Exactly. See, you want to be the bad guy and absorb those boos and use it to your advantage as the B side, as the opponent. But when you're the favorite, when you're the undefeated fighter, when you have the power, and you have an opponent in front of you that you can take out, and you're not trying to take out, that's frustrating to the fans. It's frustrating everyone watching.
The price is right. That's all I'm saying. There's, like I said, there's absolutely no sense of urgency in that corner. It's just, you know, you're doing what you need to do, and, you know, you're going to take this win and done.
Oh, there was a home run shot, which missed by about a foot, and that allows Sims to get a shot in. Hey, but big up to Robert Sims.
I just said that. I'm giving more credit to Robert Sims than I am to Pryce Taylor's effort tonight.
Next week, we are headed to the Windy City of Chicago as it's a clash of elite contenders. Oscar Duarte faces off against the skilled and elusive Kenneth Sims Jr. High-stakes, super lightweight showdown with title implications. That's live from Chicago's here on DAZN. That's August 2nd. Who do you think wins that fight, Sergio?
It's going to be a really, really good fight because Sims is a tricky fighter. Stylistically, I think Sims might be able to do well against Duarte.
And shorten up the punches a little bit.
But that's what I love about these fights. Golden Boy matchmakers, they love matching their fighters tough, and I think Duarte's going to have a handful.
Shout out to Razo. He does a great job of putting those fights together.
Packed house here in Detroit, eagerly awaiting our main events featuring Michigan's own Claressa Shields. But right now, one more heavyweight round to go here between Pryce Taylor and Robert Sims. First 8-rounder for Pryce Taylor, who's 8-0 with 6 knockouts, but it just hasn't been the showcase bout that he expected or we thought we might see, as Robert Sims has proved to be more than a handful.
Well, when we spoke to him and during the fighter meetings, he said that Sims had never faced a fighter like him. Now I'm going to say Taylor had never faced a fighter like Sims.
Robert Sims was a 3-time Golden Gloves champion. Didn't turn pro until he was 31. He's now 41. And as strongly as Pryce Taylor believed he was going to knock Sims out, Sims was equally confident that he would not get knocked out.
Durability. He's extremely durable. We haven't seen much action coming out of him, but he can take a punch. He was a 2-time nationals. He was at the Golden Gloves 3 times. I mean, this is somebody that was highly experienced in his amateur years. We didn't get a chance to see much of that today.
Good uppercut there by Taylor, but yeah, just a lazy performance by Pryce Taylor.
See, I thought I was being nice when I said that he just didn't take this seriously, but I'm going to go with what you just said.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, he has all the advantages. He has all the tools. You know, he actually turns it on when he wants to, but it's too far in between. And you know, Sims is holding his own, and Sims is showing some toughness.
Could also be the fact that he's young and he's 28 and he doesn't have that much experience, and he's just finding his way against a fighter that is stealthy.
Oh, nice uppercut in the left hand, and now Pryce Taylor finding some success. He's got 50 seconds to do the job. One shot. He's going for it here in this round, guys. Continuing to use his strength to just push Sims back, and that's not an easy push. And it appears Sims' record of never having been stopped will continue.
Ooh. Seems like that rocked him.
Now Sims going to throw his best punches here in the final seconds as we go the distance. How would you sum up that performance?
I think you can hear it. I think you hear it from the crowd.
Yep. I'm going to stick with what Sergio said. That was a perfect description.
Well, the corner seems happy and satisfied. They say the price is right, baby, as he appears to move on to 9-0, but will be stuck with 6 knockouts in his career. Well, ladies and gentlemen, BKFC is headed your way. It's chaos as they return to Sturgis, South Dakota, August 2nd with Gorgon Slavsky versus Julian Lane going head-to-head. Two knockout artists, no gloves, all violence, live on DAZN. Sergio, when we were at our last fight in Dallas, someone came up to you and said, hey, would you ever consider doing bare knuckle? And you said,
no.
Why?
Because it's just too violent, man. And I fought two guys that had success, Ishe Smith and Perro Angulo. They won their bare knuckle. Paulie Malignaggi has been on there. There's been success, but I think it's brutal. I don't like it.
I do it, so I cannot agree. I love it. It's fast-paced, it's exhilarating, and talking about Paulie Malignaggi, he's coming back to bare knuckle.
Sergio, we can get you in there. What's the number that we get you in there?
Yeah, there's always a number.
There's
Come
always
on,
a number.
I won't do it.
You versus Algieri, that's the one I want to see.
Ooh, that would be
Bare
nice.
knuckle.
You know what?
Force you guys to fight.
Algieri is too pretty to be in bare knuckle boxing.
All right, let's get the final numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put a big round of applause together for both of the fighters inside the ring. After 8 rounds of heavyweight fighting, all 3 judges scored this matchup 80-72 for your winner by unanimous decision. The Price is Right, Taylor.
And there you go. Pryce Taylor saying it. I love it. He wants to hear the boo birds. Well, that was a performance worth of the fans being frustrated and booing. And if he loves it, that's music to his ears.
I don't know. That's not exactly the type of performance that you want to have, especially in an arena of this size with the exposure that he's getting tonight. He wanted, so he said, that he wanted to make a statement. I think he fell short.
Well, he made a statement, but not the one he probably wished he had made. As we look back at these highlights, he landed a lot of punches, Sergio, and heavy shots, but Sims was all about it.
No, Sims was actually, really resilient. He took some shots, he took some punches downstairs. And look, I would have been all right with the showboating and playing to the crowd if he would have put an exclamation mark and got for the knockdown or try to go for the knockout. But he didn't. He was just a little bit too comfortable in there, a little bit too showboaty. He was digging some good shots. He finally got Sims rocked, but he didn't go. He didn't have that extra gear. So all in all, it was a frustrating performance by Pryce Taylor.
I didn't see anything remarkable. I didn't see anything that would say, yes, this is what is going to take him to the next level. And it's a shame. It's a shame.